Alcohol is the most harmful substance on Earth. It injures tens of millions in accidents, violence, and crime, while keeping hundreds of millions trapped in disease. If it didn't exist already, inventing it today would be unthinkable. And yet, more than 2 billion people drink. Most of us can't imagine a barbecue without beer, a wedding without wine,
or a fancy soirée without champagne. And when we're relaxed, sad and happy, at home and outside.
Alcohol is kind of a paradox. Why do we cling so much to the thing that harms us the most? Alcohol is a biological weapon that yeast produces during fermentation, to wipe out its competition. With just one sip, sexillions of alcohol molecules flood your stomach and small intestine.
From there, they head to your liver, your primary detox center.
But your liver can only process about 1 sip of beer every 5 minutes.
So unless you drink really slowly, it will become overwhelmed. While an ever-growing swarm floods your brain, here's where the chaos begins. The legion of intruders fills your brain and starts messing with neurotransmitters and receptors. We know that alcohol numbs your neurons, making them slower and disrupts their communication.
This has several effects. It sedates you, melting away tension and stress.
It stuns your prefrontal cortex, your center for decision-making and self-control, making you more disinhibited and prone to say or do things that you normally wouldn't. And it releases endorphins, feel-good molecules deeply tied to human connection.
The chemicals that we produce when we laugh, sing, or dance with others, and which help us turn fleeting moments into shared memories.
So after a drink or three, the world doesn't only feel lighter, it feels lighter with others.
The invisible walls of insecurity around us begin to soften.
And you find yourself becoming a little more you.
Less afraid to talk, laugh, sing, or share joys and sorrows.
Smiles last a little longer, and strangers can become friends or lovers more easily. So for a while, it feels like the weight of being human isn't yours to carry alone. Alcohol sits at a sweet spot of gentle relaxation, mild courage, and friendly companionship. It makes it the perfect social lubricant. One that comes with quite a few costs. Your body on regular drinking.
The occasional drink becomes a weekly habit, then a ritual every other day.
But as the rounds add up over years, the damage builds up.
And when your body breaks it down, it transforms into acetaldehyde.
A chemical that's even more toxic than alcohol itself, and that wreaks havoc on your tissues, cells, and DNA. In your brain, this shrinks your neurons and severs their connections,
making it harder for different parts of the brain to communicate. As your brain withers, your memories fade, your thinking slows down, and your risk of dementia increases.
The human brain isn't fully wired until your mid-20s, so drinking before that age is like smashing wet cement before it's set.
In 20-year-olds, blackout drinking episodes have been found to cause mental problems for up to a year.
Forgetting why you entered a room, or having difficulty learning new things.
Binge drinking in late adolescence is also one of the highest risk factors for early-onset dementia. Then there's cancer. Just as smoking hits your lungs, alcohol causes 8 types of cancer.
Basically everywhere, from mouth to bowel, plus breast cancer in women.
Beer risks start at an average consumption of less than 1 glass of wine per day. Worldwide, alcohol causes around 740,000 new cancer cases per year, leading to 400,000 deaths. Another victim is your liver. Alcohol disrupts fat metabolism, causing fat to build up in your liver cells. But this often has no symptoms, so you may go on drinking as your liver slowly turns to fat, swells with inflammation. The final stage is cirrhosis. Your liver is full of scars and barely functioning. This might take over 10 years, but once it appears, it's largely irreversible. Every year, 600,000 people die because they have a liver destroyed by alcohol.
Drinking also weakens your heart, raises blood pressure, and increases the risk of stroke and thrombosis,
leading to another 500,000 deaths from cardiovascular diseases every year.
In terms of looks too, alcohol damages cells around your body, including your skin, which looks older sooner. And not only does alcohol contain a lot of calories itself, it also makes many people very hungry. Drinking is a huge source of weight gain and increases the risk of obesity, opening the door to a cascade of other health problems. When scientists crunch these numbers, they see that health problems can start at about 1 beer a day, and that the chances of premature death start rising significantly at around 3 beers a day for men and less than 2 for women.
In the EU, the average man drinks the equivalent of almost 3 beers a day. The average woman, almost 1.
Similar figures apply to much of the world, especially the West.
There's no other drug we consume that gets so close to the edge of harm.
It isn't only your body. Alcohol is unique for another reason.
Its unmatched ability to destroy others. Alcohol causes a staggering amount of accidents.
The numbness and disinhibition of a few drinks can morph you into a clumsy critter eager to take really stupid risks.
On a balcony, at sea, or on the road. Every year, alcohol-fueled accidents kill 500,000 people.
300,000 of them in car accidents. But more than half of the people who died in those crashes didn't drink.
They just died because someone else did.
Alcohol is also one of the major causes of violence, from fights in the pub to domestic abuse.
They're brutal assaults and murder. Essentially, 50% of all violent crime and sexual assault is committed by drunk offenders. Each year, alcohol-fueled crime kills about 100,000 people.
It's a city like Pisa being massacred every year by a drunk mob.
And then you have all the non-lethal victims. In England alone, 500,000 adults are injured every year in accidents caused by drunk people.
Another 800,000 get hurt in violent attacks by drunk offenders.
This means that every year, dozens of millions are physically harmed by someone else's drinking.
The most innocent bystanders are the 600,000 babies born every year with fetal alcohol spectrum disorder.
A devastating lifelong condition caused by drinking during pregnancy.
Alcohol is nothing short of a global catastrophe. The final toll. The hijacking of 400 million lives.
When your drinking escalates to a point that it causes real harm to yourself or others, you've crossed the invisible line to alcoholism.
An estimated 400 million people, 1 in 14 adults, are in this territory. But if you consistently drink 8 beers per week as a woman, 15 as a man, or 5 on the same day,
of those 400 million, more than half have fallen into an even deeper trap: dependence.
When alcohol has become something that you physically or psychologically need.
In Europe and the Americas, 1 in 20 adults are caught in this web.
Stereotype of alcoholism is one of extremes: a homeless person clutching a bottle or an always drunk father shouting at his kids.
But it can be far more silent. A US study found that up to 50% of all alcoholics may fly under the radar. As one of them, you'll fulfill your obligations. You'll probably have no diagnosed health conditions, but on average, you'll be having 4 beers a day.
and will get drunk every week, and neither you nor your family may notice. No one questions a drink at dinner, after work, or at a party.
But it's exactly that makes alcohol so dangerous. So, okay, how did we come to this? A pact with the devil.
We made a pact with alcohol to help us solve one of the greatest challenges of being human.
Human interaction is messy. We long for closeness, but we're also anxious, awkward, and wary of each other.
Alcohol is not the solution, but it is definitely one of them. It is a real and effortless solution to the problem of connecting with others.
Studies confirm what we've known for millennia. Modest quantities of alcohol help strangers bond.
And individuals who drink moderately and socially tend to have more friends, closer friendships, and higher levels of trust in others.
So if we want to step away from alcohol, we need to be honest about what we gain from it. For millennia, we've been giving it our health and years of our lives. And in return, alcohol gave us confidence, connection, and celebration.
But right now, this is changing rapidly. Younger generations, and especially Gen Z, are drinking far less than their parents did.
Binge drinking in adolescence has plummeted by 50%.
And even in countries like Germany or France, where beer and wine have always been part of the cultural DNA, alcohol consumption is falling.
And that's a victory. Fewer accidents, fewer hospital beds filled, fewer lives quietly derailed.
But at the same time, other things have been falling too. The share of young people who see their friends almost every day has plummeted by 50%.
If the West is on the path to drinking less, we might also be on the path to something completely new.
A future where we connect and rejoice without a poisonous chemical crutch, or at least without this specific one.